vacation at the newly renovated Chicken Deli with jazzman Jim Buchmann. Jim, you and your jazz barons are just making everybody have a wonderful time out there.
Well, we had an initial set where we had to work out all the sound, you know, make sure that we've got a good balance for sound and so forth. And one of the fellows is working on it right now during this intermission. Just
to get things all set for the second set.
Absolutely, yeah.
How long have the jazz barons been together?
I organized the band about 2 years ago, and we've been, you know, working at it ever since with full-time musicians. We're all full-time men that work in the business and have worked, you know, for a number of years. So it's a lot of fun, you know. It's a lot of work, too, I must say.
I bet it is. But you go up there and you have a good time and nobody realizes the work involved.
Well, that's the fun part. The fun part is when you get on stage so that you can, you know, play for the people in the audience and play requests, which we do. We do right along. We like to honor as many requests as we can. And the other work, of course, is necessary in order to keep the band afloat as far as the economic part, and working with the various booking agents and so forth and club owners. Yeah.
Jim, you had a great classical training in music. You have your degree in Bachelor of Music. Has that been invaluable to you throughout your career?
Yeah, I personally, I feel that it's essential at this point in professional music to have that kind of a background. I think that's a minimum background for anything you want to do in music on an extensive basis, because that gives you the flexibility to play in various different styles. And it depends, you know, largely on what the market has at the time. There's certain market demands in music, and if you have, you know, the background to do various different things, like play with the opera company or play classical music as opposed to playing jazz or dance music, it makes it just that much easier to make a living.
Jim, you have an album out. The Jazz Barons have an album out.
Yep.
Called Toronto with Love?
Yep.
To Toronto with Love.
Yep.
Where can we get a hold of that album?
We have one outlet right here in the city with John Norris's Jazz and Blues Center, which is right down by the CN Tower. And other than that, we do direct sales, like from the stage, and when we go to jazz festivals and so forth, or we play concerts for the Ontario Arts Council, we always have the records available for the people at that time. You know, they can buy them directly from us, and that way we can sign them and all that. And they like to have a personal signature on the back, and so. And then we usually take, like when we go to Sacramento to the Jubilee this Memorial Day weekend, which is May 27th through the 30th in Sacramento, we'll take a lot of records with us for sale there, as well as in St. Louis. We'll be there for the Ragtime Festival, which is a full week, and that's, let's see, June 13th, I think, through the 19th or so.
The Sacramento Festival is one of the largest jazz festivals in the world. It is the largest.
It is the largest festival.
What is the most exciting thing about being a part of that festival?
Well, one of our fellows, Don Ogilvie, our guitarist, has been there himself and played there at the festival, and he can tell you as well that it's really exciting because you get a chance to meet all the jazz, or a lot of the jazz men that you've either read about in the discographies and on the backs of liner notes on the albums. And you actually get to talk with people like Billy Butterfield and various fellows that have played there. Johnny Guarneri has been there on piano. They've had Peanut Tucko and Johnny Mintz. And Abe Lincoln has been there on trombone. They've had a lot of people. Henry Cuesta has played there. And I'm not sure what the lineup is this year, but they'll have over 500 musicians there and over 90 bands, and we're one of 16 international bands this year that's been invited and hired to play there. And so it's quite that's quite an honor to represent Canada and be part of that festival. They expect 1/3 people there that weekend.
Thank you. Jim Buchmann and his band, the Jazz Barons, are at the Chicken Deli for the rest of the week. And now here's a brief